Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. I'm sorry it's taken so long to upload because I've been focusing on other things. However, I'm back now, and if you want to, please hit that like or subscribe button to help out my channel so I can keep making these videos. Also, if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. As always, everything I say is my opinion, so keep that in mind. So without further ado, let's get started. Today, I'm making a review of a Mario game. I know, I don't only play Sonic games, so yes, this is a new experience, and today I'm talking about my experience with Mario Odyssey. I beat the game back in 2020 for the first time, and now I got to re-experience it and realize just how amazing of a game this truly is. In my opinion, Mario Odyssey is the single best Mario game. Let's start by going over the gameplay and level design. I had a blast with Galaxy 1 and 2, and Mario Sunshine was okay. Mario 64 really hadn't aged well, but Mario Odyssey is the one Mario game that I can go back to consistently and have a better time on the second playthrough, discovering the endless secrets this game has to offer, roaming through its blended mix of open world and linear levels, more open world than not, which is a very good thing, and it reminded me of the days when Mario levels were like that, open world, like in Sunshine and 64. The linear level formula in Mario Galaxy obviously worked, but it got a bit stale by 3D World, so the devs took a break and did something not revolutionary, but still very fun, implementing the 2D classic gameplay into a 3D game, not just 2D camera segments. It was going full back to the classics, and I have to say, it feels kinda off and limited compared to the classic Mario games, and it's unfortunate you can't really use Cappy in the 2D sections as well. The 2D gameplay is serviceable, but it's not as good as classic Mario games. Although, I wasn't expecting much since this is a 3D Mario game and not something like Sonic Generations, where classic Sonic was a big part of it. Mario in this game has an abundance of moves thanks to Cappy, his new companion that allows him to control enemies, as long as they don't have a hat on their head, which makes a lot of sense. This completely replaces the power-up system, and frankly, it works pretty well here. Mario feels great with all the new moves you can do, the hat jumps and movement are really impressive, and all the enemies you capture give you unique abilities and are mostly great to use, while some have less than ideal control schemes like the Desert Jaxi and the trees in the Deep Wooded Kingdom. It all culminates, however, in a really unique experience with a great skill ceiling, while being really easy to pick up and play. Mario Odyssey really found a way to strike a perfect balance in almost every aspect. Unlike the previous Mario game, 3D World, this game makes you feel right at home with its new ideas, improvements, and characters. Also in this vast array of levels, you need to collect Power Moons, and they serve as the game's progression mechanic, similar to most Mario games like Shines and Sunshine, and Stars in 64 and Galaxy. A lot of the 999 moons have creative missions, challenging platforming segments, and just fun to get all the Power Moons. As you progress though, you start to see repetitive missions, sometimes going for all 999 can feel like a slog. If you're playing the game just to beat it, however, and not for 100%, it's still a blast. And you don't need too many Power Moons to actually beat the game. The kingdoms are all a blast to play through, the Cap Kingdom having a beautiful aesthetic with its black grass, the Cascade Kingdom waterfalls are really nice, the Sand Kingdom has a lot to do and a lot of area, the Wooded Kingdom has a creative mix of theming, the Lake Kingdom is really lovely to look at, and for a water level it's pleasant to play. The Lost, Cloud, and Ruined Kingdoms, while short to play, have some of the coolest designs ever in a Mario game. The Metro Kingdom is the highlight of the game, and served as much of its advertising, with so much to do, amazing ideas, bosses, and creativity. This game's take on Bowser's Kingdom is a lovely Japanese-inspired floating castle world. The finale on the moon is pretty climactic for a Mario game, and the Luncheon Kingdom has great level design and challenges. Moving on, we can go on to the story. It's the same Bowser kidnaps Peach that the series has been stuck with, but this time you're thrown off Bowser's ship and land on the planet in a very similar manner to Sonic Unleashed. Here you meet up with Cappy in the Cap Kingdom, and you progress through the worlds in the game by flying in the Odyssey, a ship that runs on the Power Moons you collect. Every zone has its own cosmetic shop called Crazy Cap, and different inhabitants, from sea people to actual humans, to robots. All of them have their own things to do, places to be, and it's cool to interact with all these people to get quests and information, although some of them just have lazy messages or tips. This all really helps the world come alive, a problem which I think the 2022 Kirby game might suffer from. Moving on, Bowser has captured some new minions, which are basically the Koopalings, but bunnies, which is fine and gives a nice new flavor, but overall their boss fights are pretty easy. But a lot of the other ones in the game are really creative and unique. Mario Odyssey has a story, and that's about all I can say in this regard. It's serviceable, just another 3D Mario game in this regard. Mario Odyssey's graphics and music are, while being close to what every other Mario game is like, however, the music is stepped up with a couple of vocal tracks. Break Free Lead the Way is the best one, and Jump Up Superstar is pretty overrated. The other music in the game goes for an ambient vibe and fits in perfectly with the levels, and feels nostalgic, and it's just catchy altogether. It's not on the same level as 3D World or Galaxy, it's still very serviceable, and the two vocal tracks add some nice flavor. But Break Free is easily the better one. The graphics are similar to Super Mario 3D World, but slightly better, and overall, it's pretty standard for a Mario game. The art style is pleasant, the characters look well designed except for the humans, other than Peach and Pauline, that look straight out of Sonic 06. Overall, most of the worlds look colorful and vibrant, but I can't help but want more creative worlds like the Ruined, Lost, and Luncheon Kingdoms. Overall, there's more than enough to work with, though. Mario Odyssey is a rare occasion of a game that does so many things right that the only criticisms I have are minor, like the soundtrack and a few art style choices. Mario Odyssey overall is my absolute favorite Mario game because it doesn't have anything that bogs it down. It's fun to play consistently, it's the best looking and sounding Mario game to date. Mario 64 hasn't aged well, I never really liked Sunshine, and the Galaxy games are amazing. 3D World was also a nice casual experience, but Mario Odyssey feels like the biggest step forward for Mario since the bland era of 3D World and 2D platformers on the Wii U and 3DS. Mario Odyssey is a pleasant game anyone can pick up and play, and I had a blast recompleting it, and I know I'll have a blast playing it again in a year or two. You'll always be discovering new moons, new missions, and cool links between the worlds, and amazing secrets between Mario Odyssey. While it's not perfect, no game truly is, it's cemented with Sonic Unleashed and Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and some other legendary platformers as some of my favorite games of all time. Replaying Mario Odyssey just gave me a good vibe and nostalgia for something that was almost 5 years ago. While I may not be a huge Mario fan, I can recognize how much this game really delivered in quality, quantity, and fun. I rate Mario Odyssey 9 out of 10 for its creativity, hours of fun, stunning visuals, great soundtrack, and amazing controls. That's it for me, Davron, signing off.